Su-30 lethal combat jet managed to push back Pakistani jets. F-16 brought it down, shot it down. Shravan, continue to stay with us on this story. Any information, any inputs that you can attribute to your sources as far as the parachute that was reportedly spotted and the pilot, the Pakistani pilot, tried to eject? Do we have any information about the pilot?
Well, preliminary information coming in at this point in time, but we do know for a fact that the parachute has been observed by the Indian Air Force. Surveillance are up. We also have drones which have been put up, the Heron drone for the surveillance, for a full-time surveillance that is being carried out. Remember, after the Balakot attack, the clear instructions that were basically given by to the Indian Air Force was to step up their entire air surveillance. Thereafterwards, F-16 formations of Pakistan did actually make that attempt, or rather a misadventure, Sakal. Let's put it across to our viewers. It was yet another misadventure of Pakistan, essentially trying to perhaps play it for their domestic audience that this is some sort of a retaliation. This is not a retaliation. And if you even look at the press release that has been put forth by the Pakistani government, what are they really talking about? They are talking about the fact that this was some sort of, they carried out an attack on us, that too from their side of the LOC. But the fact of the matter is that you had Su-30's combat air patrol, which
Shravan,
is
we're
already
getting some
in
breaking
place.
news. Please stay with us and continue talking to us. Rattled Pakistan has now shut down its airspace. Now, this is big, Shravan, because this is another retaliation by our side. You tried to enter into our space. We shot down your aircraft, and now Pakistan is clearly spooked here. They have shut its airspace. They have shut down their airspace, fearing there could be yet another, retaliation from our side. Remember, they tried to intrude in our airspace. F-16 fighter jets were shot down by our Su combat aircrafts and rattled Pakistan. Shravan, continue to talk to us about this, as now they have sealed their airspace. They have shut down its airspace. Clearly, now Pakistan is on a back foot. There is absolutely no doubt about it. It's a scared Pakistan, rattled Pakistan.
Sakal, let's put this in perspective. You have the Pakistani Prime Minister, Imran Khan, who actually was trying to take stock of the situation after the massive, airstrikes that were basically carried out by the Indian Air Force. The reaction that we essentially saw at this point in time was that another misadventure that was being carried out by the Pakistani Air Force, the F-16s that basically scrambled, for hours put together. When the Indian Air Force basically managed to carry out the airstrikes, you had a bizarre statement that was basically put out by the Defense Minister of Pakistan, saying that had the Air Force, the Indian Air Force, their fighter jets stayed in the Pakistani Air Force for airspace for a while, then they would have been in a position to strike them down. Now, that was the kind of reaction to the airstrikes that were carried out by India. With regards to this particular retaliation, as what Pakistan calls it, but this was a sham to say the least, because we are now given to understand, and we can confirm to our viewers, that our Su-30's combat air patrol did manage to push back the Pakistani Air Force when they basically tried to carry out some sort of an intrusion, at least the line of control. The area specifically that we are given to understand is the Lam Valley, where this particular incident took place, and the F-16 was shot down. And thereafter, it's also information coming in with regards to parachutes that have been observed in the area, which clearly indicates that the Pakistani jet was basically brought down, and thereafter was the reaction when the pilot essentially tried to eject. We do not know the condition of the Pakistani pilot at this point in time, but we can actually confirm to our viewers with regards to the reaction that came in from the Indian Air Force.